Welcome back everybody to a brand new year in 2022, kicking off my first video for the year to help you guys decide what TV to buy and how to pick it. At the same time, in the background, I'll have frames per second gameplay, 120 frames per second gameplay of Gears 5 on my OG OLED to make sure that this TV is still running to top notch. Long story short, cut to the chase, it is solid 120 frames per second. But I'll leave that in the background if you guys are interested into watching that. At the same time, we are gonna talk about the TVs to buy, and those of you who are still subscribed, thank you guys very much for being subscribed, and you guys gonna learn some things today. Now, there's two type of technologies for TV displays. That's your ordinary LCD and your OLEDs. Now we're gonna exclude CRTs because that's the big old fat TVs that we don't really use anymore, and plasmas. As good as plasma is, it didn't last. So that leaves us with LCDs and OLEDs. Now, what are LCDs? LCDs are basically is what you call LED TV. That consists of QLEDs, QNEDs, mini LED, nano cells. Now the technology for LCDs, depending on the brand, but they have the edge lit, backlit, full array, logo dimming zones. Now, as good as the technology and different types of LCD TVs out there, the technology, no matter what you do with the technology, long story short, you're still gonna have blooming effects because it is using an LED to light up the LCD. For the OLEDs, it illuminates itself, so the light that is emitting is organic. So for there, you're gonna have better contrast, truer blacks. Also with that, a better viewing angle. And this is up to debate, but supposedly it'll give you a better HDR. And for the LCDs, of course, the pros of this is that your displays is going to be a lot brighter because it's going to have higher nits, and the prices vary, but it's sort of better depending on what type you buy. So basically, if you weigh the pros and cons, what it breaks down to is that why should you buy an LCD, which is liquid crystal display, over an organic light emitting diode OLED? The two main factors is just that for the OLEDs, even though it has truer blacks and better contrast, there's also the possibility of a burn-in. For the LCDs displays, you're not gonna have burn-ins, but the thing is that you're gonna have blooming effects. And what are blooming effects if you don't know? So if you were in a dark scene or if a candle light is lit, you're gonna see that haze around the areas that's not supposed to be lit. So those are like the blooming effects. And it's worse if you're using double vision for the displays that have double visions. It's going to be more noticeable when you're running double vision. So ideally, don't be fooled. There's like I said, there's only two types of displays. That's the LCDs and then the OLEDs, right? And LCDs consists of anything that is considered LEDs. That's an LED TV, and that's including all your, like I said, your quantum dot LEDs, your nano cells, your QNEDs, your mini LEDs, whatever name they want to put in it. that's using the LCD technology, and then you got the OLEDs. They both last pretty long, and prices vary. So, but particularly OLEDs tend to cost a little more. But the thing is, how do you choose between the two? Well, if you don't care about blooming effects and you don't want a TV that that has reflections, then you're gonna buy an LCD display. And then, like I said, it doesn't matter what brand. The brand is subjective. And the technology they have is getting better and better because now LCDs got the mini LEDs and they got the full arrays, local dimming zones. So those will help with the blooming effects, but you'll still get them. Now, I recommend the OLEDs because I've had OLEDs since I say about roughly like 10 years now, and from the original one, can't remember when that came out, but I had it for a long time. I've never really had any burning problems. But basically, if you want to look for a TV that's not just good for gaming, but good for everything, you want a display that not only have 120 hertz refresh rate. You can run 120 hertz. You want a TV that has allow low latency and very low refresh rate. Now, as far as I know, just the LG OLEDs right now that they have those capabilities. So basically, if you want the ultimate TV, you're pretty much gonna look for an LG OLED. um, like I said, the only downfall is it's always possible you might have burn-ins. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but that there's always a downside to everything. And you'll have the best picture. Now for LCDs, depending on the brand you buy, but and the type, you're never gonna have to worry about burn-ins. And you can find your 120 hertz refresh rate. I don't think a lot of them might not have the allow low latency mode or variable refresh rate or anything, but you'll never have to worry about burn-ins with LCD TVs. But if you want the ultimate ultimate gaming TV, I would go with the OLEDs and invest in that. And let's say the TV that you have now, you're happy with. It does your HDR, does whatever you need to do. You got your 4K. You're running all your movies on it, but you want a gaming you want to game. Just go get yourself a good gaming monitor and call it a day, and you'll be able to play all your new generation consoles on your monitor if you don't have one. Of course, if you're a PC gamer, you already have a monitor. But if you're not a PC gamer, you're a console gamer, and you wanna be able to enjoy that 120 frames per second, then you just and you're happy with the TV you have now, just go pick up a good gaming monitor and you're good to go. But if you want the best of both worlds and you want everything, I would go with an OLED. But like I said, there's two types, right? OLEDs and LCDs. And wrap it up here with the OLEDs. You have better contrast, truer blacks, better viewing angle, but you have a possibility of burn-ins. For LCDs, which is all your LED TVs, which are mini LED, your nano cells, your QLEDs, your QNEDs, the one with edge lit, backlit, full array, look at dimming zones, yada yada yada. Those liquid crystal displays, You won't have no burn-in, but you will have blooming effects, and it's even more noticeable if you're running Dolby Vision. So that is the downfall for those two type of TVs displays. So hope you guys learned something from that, and thanks for tuning in for the year, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hooded Dragons out.